Hi everyone, welcome back. 4 days until Christmas. Unbelievable. This year passed in a flash. It is actually scary how quickly time passed this year. So maybe for the last time before Christmas, let's talk about Megan and what I think 2024 will be like for her and Harry. And of course, what affects them will affect the children and pretty much everyone and everything else. In general, I think that after the release of Archwell's financials, I cannot see the foundation growing or strengthening in 2024. Like I said, although they did not have much less to work with, they donated so much less. And having said that, Lady C noticed something which I didn't, but should have, and that is the fact that there was only 4,000 and something dollars interest, which tells me, like quite correctly it did Lady C, that the 9 million that was left over from 2021 did not and could not have been in that account all year long. Had it been the interest on an investment of, say, 8 million, it would have been so much more. I actually went and asked, and although the interest on a savings account is indeed very, very little, investment accounts yield about 4.6 to 5.1% interest in the United States. As a matter of fact, if they had only 8 million in an investment account, the interest would have been something like $26,000 and change. Even in a basic savings account, 8 million would have earned them at least between $8,000 and $10,000 or even more. 4,000 and something is an odd amount which does not compute with the balance left in the account at the end of the book year. And one can see Lady C is an astute businesswoman for picking up on it. So if I was a potential donor and obviously someone with money and who is familiar with business in the United States, I too would have wondered about that and wondered where to and why they are moving around money from one account to the other. And that would have been a red flag. And something I learned from my father is that once you start taking from the cash register and putting back, you are going to fall behind at some point. Tomorrow becomes the day after and the day after, and the amounts start adding up until you can't put it back. And if I was the donor, I would have looked at this and wondered whether that was what was happening here. And of course, it would put me off from donating. Lady C also pointed out something else. Archwell Foundation is a foundation and not a charity. I think it is easier to collect money for a charity because you have a specific cause you collect money for, and often certain people are sympathetic to certain causes and therefore more likely to donate to a cause they are more prone to or like more or which is closer to their heart. Looking at the Archwell Foundation and who they donated to, I think there are only about two causes out of the whole lot I would have donated to if I could afford to. And when donating to a foundation, you really do not have any say in where the money goes to. So yes, I honestly cannot see Archwell Foundation reaching new heights in 2024. Megan herself, I honestly can only drop my head into my hands in utter despair. Nothing she does makes anything any better. I hate talking about someone's appearance, but although I am all for someone to be fit and healthy and thin, and am myself now in a bid to lose about 17 kilograms, Megan is unable to do just what she needs to do or have to do. No, no, no. Meghan has to overdo everything, and as such, she is now too thin, and because of that, she looks 5 to 10 years older on the occasion. Now, I do not know what is going on with her nose and her mouth either. Her nose looks different every other week, and more often than not, her teeth look too big for her mouth. I do not know for sure. Maybe she's getting Botox or maybe even more permanent help. But it is not working. She only ends up looking more fake and on the occasion even ill or a little crazy. She also on the occasion come off as very sanctimonious, and certainly that is more off-putting instead of attracting people to her. I've heard so many stories about Meghan from even before she married Harry, and I'm certainly not going to argue with the professionals who are now coming out and saying that Meghan has a serious mental disorder or a serious personality disorder. I have even gone back and watched her behavior from before Harry, and Mr. Markle is also correct. Something happened to his daughter. Yes, she may have been a spoiled, nasty diva before, but her body language now spells full on delusion. Meghan seems volatile, unbalanced, desperate, and unable to think things through and balance probabilities with a lack of impulse control. The fact that Meghan is so desperate to be liked or to hog the headlines that she is willing to act as an extra in an Instagram advertisement tells you that she has absolutely no sense of self-worth, no idea of decorum, no patience, and no class, and to be honest, no hope of a proper, decent career, not in Hollywood, not in politics, or anywhere else. Meghan is President Biden falling off his bicycle in front of reporters and photographers, George Bush Sr. vomiting on the Japanese Prime Minister, and Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl, all rolled into one. Meghan is like the queen of cringe, and I think that is where the difference is. Before, she may have been unlikable to certain people. Now she is unlikable and cringe-worthy. I cannot and do not see any kind of comeback for Meghan in 2024. Allegedly, although I personally have not had any confirmation, she is writing or finished or nearly finished her book. But allegedly, not a single publisher wants to risk publishing the book. Not even Penguin Random House, who supposedly have a 4-book deal with the couple. Or allegedly, of course. I think, I feel, and I heard a birdie whistle that Harry will be spending more time in Africa in 2024 due to his newly appointed position in African parks. I also heard from someone else who has a working relationship with Google that it is likely that Harry will incorporate Travelers business into his travels to Africa, and that there will be some kind of deal or agreement between Travelers and African parks, which will be financially beneficial to both, and which will keep Harry busy and largely out of the spotlight in 2024. Now, this is indeed all alleged And even the person who told me said that he had to put it together from a word here and a word there. But if it proves to be true, remember where you heard it first. Okay? Right here on Bookworm 2. Regardless of the business angle, I have been hearing from a couple of people and for a couple of months now that Harry will be spending more time in Africa in 2024 and that his new position as Director of African Parks has indeed been part of the outreach on Harry's behalf to get him back on track, doing what he is most suited for, what he loves the most, and being where he is most comfortable and happy. As an African, I can tell you that Harry, and Harry alone, is still highly regarded and loved in places like Lesotho, Angola, Malawi, and Botswana. Very few people in these areas paid much, if any, attention to what Harry and Meghan got up to in the United States. I'm also told that Harry's increased workload in Africa with African Parks, Centre Bali, the Halo Trust, and Travelers will be held up to the public as the very reason for him leaving Better Up, when in reality his affiliation with Better Up has pretty much come to an end months ago. So there is what I heard concerning Harry and 2024. What that all means for their relationship, I truly do not know. I am still hearing that the relationship is very dodgy, if there is one at all. I am told they are basically together because of complications concerning business, money, and the children. I was even told a story which I think may be more speculation than truth, but who knows? I was told that if King Charles did not refuse to pay the settlement Meghan wanted, Harry and Meghan would have been officially separated, if not divorced already. Allegedly, Meghan wanted the Montecito mansion or an upmarket, and I mean very upmarket, New York apartment and 50 million in cash. Money and means Harry obviously does not have. And allegedly, King Charles said he is not paying for it either. Harry should see his own way out of the mess. True or not, I don't know, but it sounds just like Meghan, doesn't it? I know discussions regarding the children pop up in the media and social media in particular regularly. And from my side, all I can say from a personal point of view is that I have done everything I could afford to do to get to the truth. And I'm pretty much where I was a year or more ago. And then I must add and give credit to those people who even helped me free of charge. I have spoken to some of these people, and we may make a last effort to unravel the Archie mystery in 2024. As for Lily, I do not even know where to start other than requesting a copy of her birth certificate again and getting the same piece of bullshit paper which does not even name her father, as a subscriber got for me this year in 2023. It is my opinion that the California Department of Health, Birth and Death Records have been informed of people going public with the fact that many of us applied and paid and got nothing. So now they send this worthless piece of typed up bullshit with no watermark, no signature, no stamp, and no name of a birth father. So if any of you have any idea or any information regarding lily bugs or how to get any information, please let me know. I personally have run out of ideas. The only piece of newish information I have concerning the children is indeed not mine to share. And all I can and will say about it is that Harry and Meghan made an enemy of the wrong person. And I have a feeling that the person may be contemplating what to do with the information he had been sitting on for quite a while. He may even be talking to lawyers as we speak. I honestly do not know. But I will not be surprised if he makes the information public or leaks it, In itself, it does not prove much, but it may put the royal family or the Harkles in a position where they will have to explain some things. So let's see. Lady C's prediction of spring or summer does not sound too unlikely to me at this point. Yes, I know. I even mocked her at some point and said that she said September, then she said the end of the year, and now she's saying spring or summer. But I must apologize to the lady because judging by what I know of this tidbit of information, I now fully understand why the information could not be shared and cannot be shared until Harry's court cases against the media are mostly done with. And that, unfortunately, is all I can say about the subject. Okay, guys, so that is indeed the gossip for today. As we are approaching the few public holidays, I am becoming lazier and lazier, and the heat is not helping. But luckily, they are predicting a sharp drop in temperature tonight, so thank goodness. Anyway, guys, please take good care of yourselves until we meet back here again. Bye.